All right, y'all, the following content is sponsored by the Federal Trade Commission. Welcome, everybody. I'm here with Terry Miller, a consumer education specialist with the Federal Trade Commission, to talk about frauds and scams. According to the FTC, scams cost people big money. Welcome, Terry. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Glad to be here.
Hey, happy to have you. Terry, this is a big problem. Tell us about scams and who's affected by them, and what do these scams look like?
Yeah, well, at the Federal Trade Commission, our mission is to protect consumers in every community from things that are unfair and deceptive in the marketplace. So, Ricky, the reality is any of us can be affected or targeted by a scammer. We know that scammers are really good at pushing the right buttons to get our money and to get our information. So here's what a scam looks like in a nutshell. We'll go into some detail in a second. But the scammer gets in touch with you. Usually it's out of the blue, and there's usually some kind of emergency. And then they give you a quote-unquote solution to the problem. And usually that solution has to do with them having you pay them, give them access to your computer, or to share information like your social security number, your bank account number, or even your credit card number. And though we know that these kinds of fraud can affect different groups differently, the scams really do affect everybody.
And give us some more of the scams, particular scams that most people just get hit with. The scams that we're talking about. How?
Yeah. So the majority of the top ones that we see are imposters. So the scammer contacts you and they're lying, pretending to be someone or a business that you know with the goal of getting money or information. So, for example, they might say that they're from Amazon or Geek Squad. I don't know about you, but I've gotten those text messages about Amazon shipments over and over again.
Right.
Sometimes they'll say that they're from your bank and that there's an issue with your account. And sometimes, we just wrapped up tax season, so they may say that they're from the IRS. Whatever it is, they're trying to get you to feel this sense of urgency. Sometimes they even say that they're a family member,
right,
or they're contacting you on behalf of a family member, and there's a family emergency. So they're giving you that sense of urgency. They don't want you to have time to think about what they're saying, to research it on your own, or to talk to someone. And unfortunately, we know that these scams work. Last year, people lost $2.6 billion to imposter scams specifically.
Are most of these scammers in the United States, and are they being arrested? How do they catch scammers?
That's a great question. Unfortunately, a lot of them are, out of the U.S., and so unfortunately out of our jurisdiction, but we're doing the best we can.
Wow. So this is really, really, really helpful. Let everybody know how can they reach you to keep people up to date, updated with the latest scams.
Yeah. The best line of defense against scams really is education. And so, I'm really glad we had the opportunity to connect today. To stay up on the latest scams is to sign up for our free alerts. So ftc.gov/consumer alerts. You'll get messages straight to your inbox that let you know what scams like this look like, how to spot them, and then hopefully how to avoid them. And the important thing there is that we know scammers don't target just one person, right? So if you're able to have the language, a graphic, something you can share on your social media or with family and friends, hopefully you're sharing what you learn and you can help them avoid a scam too. So again, that website is ftc.gov/consumer alerts.
This is so awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Miller with the FTC. Thank you so much for joining us today, and our listeners, thank y'all for tuning in. And remember that you can learn more about how to spot, avoid, and report all types of frauds and scams at consumerftc.gov. That's consumerftc.gov. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Miller. Thank you so much. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.